Hi there, I'm Michael Giblin with Fiddlershop.com, and welcome to the 2024 Fiddlerman Christmas Group Project. This is a tutorial on the third part, which is the preferred viola part. We're so excited that you've decided to be a part of the group project. This year we're working on the beautiful hymn, O Come, Emmanuel. And there's a lot of great things about this project. It's very beginner friendly. You can play everything in first position on open strings if you want, or you can choose some more sophisticated fingerings. There's a lot of shifting if you choose to. There's a lot of bow planning and sound production and sustaining things to work on. Intonation, of course, but also the benefit that you get from recording yourself and having the pressure and having to play along with the click track. A word about the click track, I'll get to it in a second, but the click track and all the sheet music that you're going to need is all in the description box below. It'll take you to fiddlerman.com with all the other uploading instructions and the deadlines. Yes, December 2nd is the deadline to upload your video, submit any recordings that you would like to be included. We're going to edit it all together into a giant virtual orchestra. It's going to sound magnificent. So some things just to get us all on the same page before I get into sort of the tutorial and demonstrate each part for you is that we want to tune to A440, just so that we're all on the same page, especially if you're using open strings, that we all sound nice. You have to use the click track, and so you have to use like an earbud or a headphones and on a second device, because we don't want the two audio sources being recorded at the same time. When you film, please record in landscape mode, not in portrait mode, and try to get your whole face and instrument in the shot. And so maybe try to elevate the camera if you can. And so don't be too close to the camera. Likewise, don't be too far away from the camera or like only your hands. We want to see your face and beautiful expressions. And you're welcome to wear something festive if you'd like. This is my only time I wear this jacket all year. I think I wore it last time for the 2023 group Christmas project. So something fun. We're all about having a good time and making some beautiful music. I think, and let me see if there's any last instructions I wrote. You can, of course, submit multiple parts. So any part can be played on any instrument. It doesn't have to be the fourth part only for cello. And a word about the click track that you'll find again in the description box below is that it's a little active. It's a little bit of a rock beat for a piece is a little bit somber. So try to, you're gonna have a little bit of inner conflict of playing nice and smoothly when you hear 1, 2, 3. I want you to set the scene for us. I want you to imagine you're, a Gregorian monk, and out of the darkness, out of the stillness, you're gonna start, O come. It's a very long line, so please don't get carried away and playing, oh come, very, following the beat a lot. It's very tempting. Even I felt that way. All right, so let's get into some of the specifics. All right, the third part is another beautiful part. There's a lot of interesting harmonies and strong leading tones to hang on to. In general, you're welcome to play this all in first position. Just use open strings whenever you want, as long as your instrument is in tune, of course. And I like third position because on viola, it's just a little bit easier to hold the viola when you're up higher, like kind of choking, like you're choking up on the bat versus out here. And also the intervals are just a little closer. So I sort of like higher positions on viola. And also it gives you a chance to vibrate and kind of keep things on the same string. So let's get started. In general, don't be tempted by the click track that's gonna be like a rock band, 1, 2, 3, ba da da. Is that we again want to start just really, really softly, really gently. And you're gonna hear a little glissando at the beginning of this. Just keep your finger connected to the string all the time. Kind of grow through that. And then let things die down. And then stay there. When you stay there, is what I mean by stay there dynamically. Start when you decay, start from there, and then that will help us not kick these fourth beats. That's it. They show up all the time in this part. 1, 2, 3. And also it's tricky, of course, especially on viola, to still get the note to speak after you've decrescendoed so much there. Speak. I separate this, then die down. Same thing. This is all third position. Die down, and then go from there. Here, I need to start thinking about getting to the frog, really about measure 12 or so. Start working your way up because you've got a really long note. You've got 7 beats of down bow. So, and how you do that is it's a lot of bow distribution, or rather speed versus pressure. You need to really let up on the gas when you get to that quarter note, because you need to use more speed, and we don't want to use the same amount of pressure because otherwise that note will really pop out and jump. We don't want to go 1, 2, 3, trying to get to the frog. So that 1, 2, and it's okay. This note is gonna have a little bit of space, like before you start playing, almost a little bit of silence, and then you're gonna go rejoice. I'm going to draw your attention to these 3 measures. The quarter note here should have a little bit of a tenuto. It's rejoice, rejoice, and then again, E mat. So that's like, it's a separate syllable each time. So it has just a little bit of. And here you need to plan out your bow a little bit. It's not exactly a logical way to think about it, but you would think, okay, I've got 3 beats, 1, 2, 3, and then for the 4th note, I can use 1/4 of the bow, right? But you really need to give yourself more bow than just a quarter of the bow. You really need about half the bow, because it's hard to produce the same quality of sound or amount of sound in the upper half. So you need to save. See, I'm about at the midway point of the bow. And then going on, it's a lot of the same idea. Don't punch the 4th notes. Going. And then separate. 2, and then again, similarly, you have 6 beats in that first ending. So you need to be getting to the frog at the end of measure 21, 20, something like that. We are going to do the repeat, so make sure you're looking back. It's a little bit tricky to go from the end of the first ending back to the repeat. You can play an open string there in order to cut. It's because it's tricky to go. I wouldn't necessarily choose to do that. You could do like an extension backwards. That's really not. It's not that far. So that's another good option. I didn't write that in yet. All right, so let's look at the second ending now. Basically, whatever fingering choice you decide to do in the first half, just do those exact same things in the second half, because it's just a fifth higher. So, in the second ending, we have G for 6 beats, and then this is F sharp. And that's just sort of a note to sort of change the harmony, and so we can, to help the modulation. This is a little bit tricky. There's this big string cross here. You have to cross 2 strings. So always make sure you get in place before you start playing. It's tempting to kind of start moving your bow during the string change, and you're gonna hear some noisy neighbors, you might say. So it's okay if that again dies down. Save. Die down. That's nice. That's a really nice leading tone there. Really make sure that this C sharp here. Again. It's a nice juicy shift. I would really recommend, if you're going to do this fingering, that this is a classical shift. So we shift up with our second finger, and you plop down your third finger, as opposed to the romantic shift as if you would to slide up with your third finger. It's not really that romantic of a piece. It's not really your big moment to shine here or anything like that. So do that classical shift. Save the bow. Really, again, we're thinking, you need to be looking ahead and thinking, I need to get to the frog because I've got a long way to go. So in that measure, that dotted half note there, 35, save your bow here. Don't go all the way to the tip, because it's gonna make life really hard for you to get all the way back up to the frog again. So save 2, 3, 4. And then this is really the biggest moment of the piece. So it's okay. Really bring it out. It's a glorious moment. Save. Separate. Now, when you get to this note, it's the end of the piece. The click track is going to end pretty abruptly, right? At the end of the second measure of this D. But really just keep playing and hold it, let it really fade out into nothing. And really we're gonna have, it's a little bit of drama, but it also gives us a chance to fade everybody out together. And so leave a little bit of margin at the end of your video. Don't, trim the video so that it stops right at the end where the click track stops. So we wanna just add a nice little taper. All right, I hope that was helpful, and those are most of the things you need to be thinking about to play this all together. But you're welcome to record this part as well as any of the other parts, and you can play them on viola, or you can play it on cello, whatever you'd like. And we look forward to seeing you by December 2nd. All right, be well and practice well. Thanks.